If you are still building RAG systems from scratch, setting up vector databases, configuring embedding models, writing retrieval logic, you need to check this out. OpenAI, they just released something that makes all of this obsolete. They built RAG directly into their chat models. There's no pinecone, no Supabase, no custom embeddings required. You just upload your documents and it works. Plus, they added real-time web search so your AI can pull current information without any external APIs. And here's the crazy part. I've seen maybe 2 people mention this update. Nobody's breaking down how powerful this actually is for your business. So today, I'm going to be showing you exactly how this works by building a real AI agent that can search through a 444-page owner's manual just using native RAG and pulling current vehicle pricing from the web, all in one system. Now look, here's what building a RAG system normally looks like. You want your AI agent to search through internal documents and answer questions accurately. So you naturally spend a couple of days setting up the infrastructure. You're configuring Pinecone or Supabase or any other vector database for storage. You're setting up the embedding models to convert the documents into vectors. You're writing the chunking logic to split documents properly. You're building retrieval systems to find relevant chunks. You're managing token limits and context windows, debugging why your agents can't find the right information. And then on top of that, you need web search capabilities for current information. So you're integrating Perplexity or Brave Search API, just more API keys, more billing accounts, and more potential failures. And after all that infrastructure work, you're paying monthly fees for each service, monitoring multiple systems, and debugging integration issues constantly. And I've watched businesses spend days just getting the RAG infrastructure working before they can even test if their solution solves their problem. So here is the solution for all that. OpenAI has recently released the Responses API, and it includes built-in RAG through something that they call file search plus real-time web search. And these are production-ready capabilities, not just beta features. But let me be crystal clear about what the file search feature actually is. It's just a complete RAG system where OpenAI handles the embeddings, they handle the vector storage, they handle the retrieval, they handle the chunking, all of it. And it's built directly into their chat model, where you literally just upload your documents to their platform and your AI model can instantly search through them with full semantic understanding. There's no code, no configuration, no external vector database services like Supabase or anything that you have to use anymore. And the web search works the same exact way. Your AI model can now search the internet in real time before generating any responses. So you're not calling Perplexity, you're not routing to external search APIs. The model just does it automatically when it needs current information. And these two capabilities, they eliminate probably 80% of the infrastructure work that you're currently doing for knowledge-based AI agents. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to build an AI agent for a BMW dealership that can answer customer questions. The agent just needs to use RAG to search through the owner's manual, and that is going to be 444 pages of technical documentation. And it also needs to use web search to pull current pricing and availability information. Now, this is exactly the type of use case that our clients are asking for and likely similar to issues that you're trying to solve as well. Now, let's start with web search because this is the easiest one to understand and actually implement. So when you enable web search in the Responses API, your model, it can search the internet for even generating responses. And this is crucial for any agent that needs current information like pricing, inventory, news, weather, or recent events, anything that's time sensitive even. Here's what makes this even more powerful is that you get configuration options that external search APIs do not typically offer. So you can set the context size as low, medium, or even high, which just controls how much of your context window is going to get used for the search results. Low, it'll give you concise results. High, it'll give you comprehensive coverage. You can also specify the geographic regions to search within. So for our BMW dealership, for example, if they're located in California, you can restrict searches to California dealers for more relevant pricing and availability data. And you can restrict searches to specific domains. So if you want your agents to only pull from trusted sources like the official BMW website or verified dealer sites, well then here you can just list those domains. Now, this is going to be huge for industries that need verified information. So when a customer is asking, what is the current price for a 2024 BMW X7, your agent, it'll automatically find and search the web for current pricing from authorized sources. It's not using any outdated training data. It's getting real-time information. Now, the practical application here, it's pretty obvious. Customer support agents that need current product information, or research agents that need recent market data, maybe e-commerce agents that need current inventory and pricing. All of this, it works without managing a separate search API. And here's the business angle. You can now confidently promise clients that their AI will never give outdated information. The agent, it just automatically knows when to search for current data versus using its training knowledge. Now, with file search, this is where it gets really interesting because this is a complete RAG system. Now, traditional RAG implementations, these are complex. You need an embedding model, you need a vector database, retrieval logic, chunking strategies, and a re-ranking system. Each component, it requires configuration and maintenance. But OpenAI, they just bundled all of that into their chat model. So here's how it works. And I'm going to be showing you exactly what I did with this BMW manual. So I just searched up this simple link, platform.openai.com/storage/vector_stores, or you get a search platform.openai, and it'll take you to this section where you'll then be able to navigate to the storage. Now, you can flip through to the vector stores, and all you will want to do is create a new vector store. Now, within this, name it whatever you would like, but this is where you're going to be uploading your files and doing some simple chunking. So it'll select how many chunks or what the overlap you would like it to be. But in any case, I'm going to go back to my ID. I'm going to copy this ID right here. And then inside of n8n, I'm just going to go back and I'm going to insert within this tool. We're going to insert our ID right here. The filter down here, this is a little bit more intricate and you do have to follow the API documentation, or you can just copy what I have on the screen right here because it will save you a lot of time. So you just type in the quotation, filters, and the type, and then just keeping this particular structure. Now the manual, as I mentioned, is going to be a BMW X7, and this is something that we have used in past videos. It's just a very thorough document going through some information on this BMW in particular. So obviously, as you see up at the top, 444 pages, so there's a lot of questions that we can be asking about this document. So let me show you what we can actually do with this. If we go into the chat, it's just going to act as a normal RAG system if you have used one in the past. So let's go back to the manual and let's just ask a random question. Maybe it's the, let's find something. We'll ask what is going to be inside the center console. So let's say, what can you tell me about the center console of the vehicle? And we'll see what it comes back with. Okay, so let's expand this a little bit, and it says the center console area in this vehicle includes several storage and convenience features, plus key controls. So the storage compartment at the front, there's a covered storage compartment in the front center console. Press on the cover to open, to close, pull cover back using the handlebar. Two cup holders are located in the center console under a cover. If the vehicle has a thermocup holder, they can keep drinks warm or cool. So as you can see, this is extremely specific and very accurate based on what we have inside of the manual. Now it's worth noting that OpenAI, they automatically generate embeddings for every single section. They index them, optimize the chunk sizes, and handle the retrieval. All of the stuff that you normally spend, hours or even days configuring, it just works out of the box. Now the entire upload and indexing process that took me maybe a few minutes. So from there, the agent will be able to search through the manual semantically, not just keyword matching. It understands the context, it finds the relevant sections about any parking assistant features, understands how it works, and gives it comprehensive answers with the exact citations. Now the retrieval quality is genuinely pretty solid. I've tested this against custom RAG setups using the same documents, and OpenAI's built-in system is matching or just beating the custom implementations in most cases. And it is doing it with zero configurations on your end. Now let's just talk about the business applications beyond just car manuals. So you can be using this for customer support knowledge bases where you upload all of your help documentations and FAQs, where your support agent can instantly answer questions with accurate information from all of your documentation that you actually upload. Now we can look at any internal company knowledge. So if you want to sell your company in the future, you better have internal company knowledge. Now internal company knowledge, you can be uploading years of project documentations or proposals and your best practices, where your team can now search through a decade of knowledge in seconds instead of digging through folders for hours. We can even consider compliance and legal, where you can upload regulatory documents and policy manuals, where your agent, it can answer any compliance questions with exact citations from the source material. So nowadays you could be building these RAG projects literally in an afternoon. Now the pricing, it's also pretty competitive. Now OpenAI, they charge about 10 cents per gigabyte per day. So this BMW manual, it's about 15 megabytes. So storage costs are less than 50 cents per month, depending on the usage, of course. Now if you compare that to Pinecone at $70 per month minimum, plus embedding API costs, the economics actually make sense, especially for client projects where you are passing any of the costs through. Now, this is going to be a bit more expensive than Gemini's file search, and if you'd like more info on that, then just check out our previous video that we uploaded on Google's version. Now, of course, let me just show you guys how you can actually be setting this up and give you guys some more live demonstrations of how it actually works. But really quick, before we do that, I just wanted to mention that if you are building AI solutions or starting an AI agency, you need to join my School community. We break down updates just like this the moment that they drop, and you'll get instant access to frameworks that help you turn these capabilities into actual client projects that generate a real return on investment. We have over 16,000 members, and we're always dropping free AI resources that you will find valuable. So you can find the link down below in the description for that, but let's get back into the video. So how you can actually be setting this up for yourself, it is extremely simple. If you haven't already, go to OpenAI's platform and you will have to create your API. So as I showed you earlier, you want to find this little category. You'll go into your API keys, create a new secret key, and you'll be able to copy and paste that inside of n8n. From there, it's just as simple as connecting an AI agent and then connecting to OpenAI's chat tool. So if you haven't already, make sure that you are set up on the latest version of n8n. If you don't know how to do that, you just go to your admin panel and then you're just going to change the version from whatever you're currently on to the latest version of n8n. And then from there, once you choose an AI agent, so let's go ahead and set up a new one. And then we're going to add an AI agent tool, just connecting ChatGPT or OpenAI simply from there. Now, you'll notice that we have the responses API. So obviously, if you disable this, you will not get the new built-in tools. But with it, you have the built-in tools. So we have the web search, the file search, and the code interpreter. So we're just going to be focusing on the web search and the file search. That's, what's going to be most relevant to probably 90% of you guys. So we have a few setups. We have the web search the old way, RAG the old way, web search the new way, and file search the new way. So as you can see, the old way, we would have to use Perplexity or something else like maybe Brave API to be searching any information on the web that's going to be up to date. So with the RAG old way, you also would have to use a vector database like Supabase, or maybe you can be using Pinecone, for example, and then there's a plethora of other ones. So there's Chroma, although they don't have their own native tool here. There's Milvus, MongoDB, Postgres, Quadrant, Redis. There's so many options. But in here, all we want to do instead is we're just going to be able to integrate with the file search. So as I already showed you guys an example, it's pretty simple. So from here, we're just going to be asking it a simple question and make sure that we only want to be pulling from Google. So we just enabled web search allow domains. We only search through Google. So I'm going to ask it, what is the latest AI news as of December 4th, 2025? And we'll see what it comes back with. Let me expand this just a little bit. Okay, well, it actually came back to you on a brief rundown of the top global AI headlines, the industry policy models as of December 4th, 2025, or a deeper source summary. So I'm just going to say, yes, go ahead. Okay, so it gave me a little bit of a tough time. As I said, yes, go ahead. It was just asking for more information. So I decided to just grab the latest AI news. And now, as you can see, here's the latest news from December 4th, 2025. So there's some major Google Cloud releases, some security nodes, Google public sectors, and it's asking for some more specific information, like would I like full articles or maybe broader coverage. So pretty straightforward, just like any other RAG system that you have likely used in the past. And if you would like, you can also combine these two features. So here you can see we are using the web search on top of the file search. So it's best, for most use cases to want to give it access to both features, or maybe you want to limit it to only search through maybe Google or search in a specific country or city or region, whatever your demand is going to be. You can likely accomplish it. You'll also notice that I did not provide these agents any particular instructions. So I'm just saying, like in the prompt, grab the latest AI news. There's also no system instructions except for saying you're a helpful assistant, which is just the default prompt for these AI agents. Now, really quick, let's just talk about the 7 advanced options that comes with the responses API. And these aren't just nice to have. They are enterprise level capabilities that can significantly improve your agent's performance and your ability to manage production systems. Now, the options, they're going to be the saved prompts, service tier, safety identifier, conversation ID, prompt cache key, the metadata, and the top log prompts. Now let me just break down what each one does and when you would actually be using them. So the save prompts, this just lets you create reusable prompts in the OpenAI dashboard and reference them by ID. So for our BMW dealership, you might have different prompt templates for any sales questions maybe versus service questions. Then you update the prompt once and all agents using that ID automatically gets the update. Now the service tier, this just lets you choose between speed and cost. So for customer facing chat on your website, you want fast responses. And for any batch processing of service requests overnight, you can use the slower, cheaper tier if things obviously slow down. Then we have the safety identifier. And this is just a user tag that you send with each request so that OpenAI can track safety and abuse per end user. So this is going to be pretty critical if you're building multi-tenant applications where multiple dealerships are sharing the same agent infrastructure. Next is the conversation ID. And this is just going to tell OpenAI that multiple messages belong to the same conversation thread. And this is where OpenAI is handling all of the memory automatically. So when a customer is asking about a BMW X7, then this is going to follow up with what's the fuel economy. The agent remembers that they're talking about the X7. Now, the prompt cache key, this just tells OpenAI to reuse cache prompts and responses when the input is basically the same. So if maybe 50 customers ask what safety features does the X7 have, you're not reprocessing the same query 50 different times. Metadata, this lets you attach custom key value tags for your own logging and analytics. So you can tag each request with the dealership ID, customer ID, and the query type so that you can track usage patterns and optimize performance. And then there is the top log props. And this just shows you how likely the model thought each token was, plus what the top alternatives were. And this is going to be very useful for debugging any weird responses, though most people probably will not need this. Now, I do want to be very real with you guys and talk about some of the limitations. And first off, this is only going to work with OpenAI models, obviously. So if you're building with Claude or Gemini, you're back to external integrations. So there's going to be some vendor lock-in here. Number two is you have less control over the underlying processes. So with file search, you cannot fine-tune the embedding models or adjust chunking strategies. And with web search, you cannot customize the ranking algorithm. So OpenAI's default works well for most cases, but if you need highly specialized behavior, you might still need custom solutions. Number three is the metadata and logging are not as detailed as some custom implementations. So when the BMW agent searches the manual, I get good citations, but I do not always get exact page numbers or chunk IDs. And this really matters if you need comprehensive audit trails. Number four is you need to trust OpenAI's infrastructure. So your client's data, it is going through OpenAI systems. Now for most businesses, this is fine, but highly regulated industries might have compliance concerns. And fifth, there's a cost curve. So for projects like this BMW agent with one manual and moderate usage, the built-in tools, they're pretty cost effective. But for massive scale, thousands of documents and millions of queries, you probably will hit a point where custom infrastructure becomes more economical. But most AI agencies are not at that scale yet. And understanding these limitations, it helps you make informed decisions about when to use built-in tools versus when to still build custom solutions. Now that is everything that I wanted to cover about this latest feature. It's definitely very practical and definitely useful, and I'm going to be using it in some of my specific use cases. But with that being said, if you are a business owner looking to increase your bottom line and use solutions just like this for your own business, then you can apply to work with us. Link is going to be down below in the description where you can book in a free call with our team and talk with us. Now, if you want these frameworks for turning these capabilities into six-figure client projects, check out our School community. It's completely free to join. Links are going to be down in the description for both of those. And if you guys got any value from this breakdown, please be sure to subscribe to the channel because I'm doing deep dives just like this every week on the tools and strategies that actually matter for building a profitable AI business. Also, make sure to like and comment down below what you guys thought and let me know how you guys are going to be using this for yourself or for your business and your thoughts on the system compared to anything else that is currently out there. But thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.